In this video, we're going to be finding inputs and outputs of a function from its graph. Okay, so if you're given f of a number, okay, that number is your x value. It's wanting you to find the corresponding y value. Okay, and if you're given f of x is equal to a number, then this number here is your y, and it's asking you to find what x are you plugging in to get this number. So it's asking for the x value. Okay, so let's look at these. So the first one says the graph of f is continuous. It's continuous, and it's shown below g of 2. So we go to 2 on the x-axis, and we find the graph from there. It's either going to be up or down. And since it's a function, it will only have one value. So we look up and down, and we see, okay, here's the graph right below 2. And what's that y value there? -3. So g of 2 has a y value. The x value of 2 has a y value of -3. Okay, let's look at the next one. F of -2. So same idea. We go to -2 on the x-axis, and then we look up and down for the graph. And it looks like it's crossing right about there. Now, this graph is kind of hard to see, but it looks like it's crossing right about there, and that is 1. So g of -2 has a y value of 1. Okay, f of 0. We go to 0 on the x-axis. Now, your positive numbers are over here on the x-axis. Your negative numbers are over here on the x-axis. So where's 0? Well, it's right here in between. Okay, so g of 0, you're right here, and you're looking to where the graph is, and we find it up here at 2. So when I go to 0 on the x-axis, I can go straight to here and get my y value of 2. Okay, let's look at some more. So this one, we're asked to find two different things. We're asked to find f of x is equal to 4, and also find f of 0. So when you're given f of x is equal to 4, you're given a y value, okay, and you're trying to find the x value. So look on the graph at 4. So I'll make a little dotted line to help us here. And where does it hit the graph? And on this, you can hit the graph more than once. You can have two solutions for this. It's possible. But on this particular one, we only have the 1. So it hits the graph right here if we go through 4 on the y-axis, which means my x value right there is -4. So f of -4 is equal to 4. Okay, so our x value there was -4. Now find f of 0. So that's the other way. This is like the last one we did. 0 is right here in the middle on the x-axis, and we find the graph, it's up here at 2, so f of 0 equals 2. Okay, let's look at this one. Find f of -4. Okay, f of -4, you go to the x value of -4, look for the graph, and there it is at 3. So f of -4 is equal to 3. And then find where f of x is equal to -5. Okay, -5 is right here on the y-axis. So that's the only place that we touch the graph right there. If we take a line through -5, we touch right there. What's that x value? 0. So f of 0 is equal to -5. So 0 gives you -5. Okay, two more. The graph of the function h is shown below. Find h of -3. Okay, so we go to -3 and we look for the graph. There it is at 4. But then find where h of x is equal to -2. So -2 is right here on the y-axis. Notice that it hits the graph twice, so we're going to have two solutions. Okay, so our x values such that you get answers of -2 are going to be -4 and -1. So we know that h of -4 is equal to -2, and h of -1 is equal to -2. Okay, last one here. So we've got the graph of the function is shown here. Find f of -1. Okay, so we just go to -1 on the x-axis, and we find the value that looks like it's at 2. That's at -1, that's where the graph is, so 2. Now find where f of x is equal to 5. So I'll make a little line through 5 on the y-axis. And it looks like I hit here and here. So two x values, just like the last one. So x is equal to -2, and it's equal to, what is that, 1. So we know that f of -2 is equal to 1, and f of 1 is equal to 1.